Good morning. Week 10 of the COVID-19 series, as I like to call it. These Mondays with the pastor. It's again, it seems as if this goes on and on and on, sort of like that song that never ends. Everything is different. And I was pondering that the other day. I've got a lot of time to ponder things lately. Um, Things have slowed down. Have you noticed? Uh, there's certain things that are quick and fast, but we slowly ramped up speed uh, with each year as we're able to accomplish more and more things. And I've noticed that we're slowing back down because of space limitations. We had to shelter in place. We don't go out to eat as much. The movie theater hasn't opened. Thank God the beauty salons are open and people can get their hair cut or colored or whatever it is that you do. But, but things are slowing down, and it reminded me of my childhood. Now, you know you're getting old when you start saying back in the old days. Um, but but I got to thinking about what life was like in the old days. Um, we didn't watch TV except at night, gathered together as a family. We sat around the dinner table at night and had a meal together. Generally, in the summertime, we even sat down together at lunch, but it was a little bit more hit and miss there. I remember my mother opening the screen door and yelling at Steve and I and any of my other brothers outside, come inside, the mosquitoes are going to eat you alive. Because we played outside all day with our friends. We'd sit in the clover and look at the clouds going overhead and identifying shapes. Uh, I know it wasn't a perfect time, but it was certainly a slower time. We didn't go as fast, and I didn't realize how fast I was going until I was forced to slow down as a result of this pandemic. We talk about the new normal. That's what this is doing. We forget that. It's like I explained in my sermon yesterday. When young men went off to war in World War II, they carried a picture of a loved one with them. There was no internet. There was no instant access. Could be months at a time before you heard from a loved one. And they were separated for a period of time. When they finally came back, it was a time for celebration and joy, but it wasn't the quick pace that we have now. Now I get irritated when someone doesn't respond to my text right away. Isn't that ridiculous? And yet we're just like that. We want everything instantly. We want it now because we've got to move on to the next thing. Well, what's occurring is we've got more time at home. We've got more time with those closest to us. We don't go out as much. Maybe we're looking forward to that time when we can, but it's a slower pace, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that this is a time for us to reconnect in terms of relationships. It's a time to do some different kinds of things. Instead of being on the computer all the time, maybe we can sit together and have a game night. We had one of those the other night. Trivial Pursuit. I was beaten soundly, but that's okay. We had a good time doing it. The point is that when we slow down, we can begin to appreciate things in life that sometimes we take for granted. A loved one, a child, another family member, or the friends that we haven't seen for a while. Maybe we've seen them on Zoom or something like that, but we're anxious to see them face to face again. When that time comes, we can savor those moments. It's not such a bad thing slowing down. I think it can ramp up our sense of appreciation, and I hope that you'll take advantage of that. I hope hope that you won't just say, this is horrible, I can't wait till it gets over so I can get back into my fast-paced life. I hope maybe we're learning some new things that we can take into a future together. So, slow down, smell the roses, enjoy one another. And until next week, I'll see you soon.